We're looking at a weaker local currency against the US dollar. The US dollar seems to be quite strong. It's interesting because commodities are also looking strong suddenly. What are we looking at today from a risk-on, risk-off perspective?
Unfortunately, the rand just caught in international headlines. There's not a lot going on domestically, despite the lower growth numbers or the abysmal growth numbers that came out today. But all the attention is focused on international events, despite what Mr. Bernanke said on Friday, which gave the market a bit of a boost. People were really concerned that he was going to have to move towards QE3. He kind of held off. The market interpreted that as the economy is not doing too badly. Subsequent to that, we've had some poor numbers come out of Europe and out of America, and we've seen a little bit of risk aversion creeping in, and hence the rand weakness today.
Okay, so what kind of numbers can we expect going forward? Because we are sitting closer to the 7 rand handle, and when we saw weakness coming through, we were looking at a number closer to 720, 730. Is there a chance we could actually move to those kind of levels as we head closer to the end of the week?
Yeah, I think, Eleni, the problem now is that the world is faced with a really soft economy. So, equity markets are going to be softish, although corporate earnings are supporting equity markets at the moment. I don't see any real opportunity for the rand to make dramatic gains. If the situation unravels in Europe and we do move towards a risk aversion scenario, then the rand has some more weakness.
But what is the likelihood that a scenario like that could be playing out? Because we know Germany has been very vehement about helping the peripheral Eurozone nations. We had a 10-year Treasury bond auction today out of Italy. Demand wasn't as exciting as most would have hoped. I know initially it was. Yep. Bond yields are dropping slightly, but we still have this dilemma as to who's going to be soaking up that paper.
My real concern at the moment is the only entity that's buying Italian paper specifically right now is the ECB. The ECB's leverage is looking shocking. They are supporting the bond market. They're almost forced to do that, but that's causing political ramifications. That's creating problems for Angela Merkel, Sarkozy, and we're seeing that political dilemma playing itself out. Merkel is losing support. If the ECB loses the battle, and we do see yields rising in peripheral Europe, then it's going to be definitely a risk.
To what extent could more worry come through if Finland actually gets what it wants when it talks about collateral and actually controlling Greek assets? So that it does get involved in the bailout.
Well, the problem is if Finland gets a deal, everybody else is going to want the same deal.
Don't know if Greece has enough assets to do that,
That's
right?
the problem. You sell off the whole country to finance a bailout. So these things are not going to go away in a hurry. Hence my reluctance to say the rand's got a lot of strength in the coming months. I think the world has got serious problems going down the line. Unemployment data in the US later on the week should give us new direction. Today's consumer numbers weren't great. Yeah. I'm not very optimistic going forward as far as risk is concerned. Money
supply, credit extension in the country as well. Money supply increasing slightly to 5.7% from 5.3%, and the likes of money supply to 5.6% from 6.1%. What are we looking at here?
Really benign growth in both of those sectors.
Should we want double-digit growth in both of these numbers?
Well,
would you say we're comfortable?
Certainly compared to our international peers, they're pumping up money supply at ridiculous levels. That's very, very dangerous. So the monetary authorities really treading a prudent line at this point in time. Rate cycle is on hold at least until the second quarter of next year. People are beginning to talk about potential rate cuts going forward. I think we've got too many inflation problems coming on. So we've got benign numbers as far as money supply is concerned. We've got soft growth. We've got inflation pushing up. Things are not looking that great here either, given the fact that we've got so many unemployed people.
So as a currency trader then, David, what do you do on a day-to-day basis? We're looking at these growth numbers, GDP 1.3%.
Yeah, this is my reluctance to say the rand's got a lot of strength going forward. If we see the rand moving towards 7, we do expect central bank action, and based on what we're seeing happening in Europe and America, I think we've got some tough times ahead of us. I'm not ready to call a new bout of rand strength at this point. Yeah.
Okay, so what would you be doing then? Give us your views.
Yeah, I'd be looking to buy dollars towards the 7 area.
Okay.
Perhaps targeting in the next couple of weeks 720, 730. As this global softness plays itself out.